Welcome to the Next Dimension Podcast, your portal to an extended reality. Every week we talk about the hottest topics in XR and let you join the discussion live on MRTV. And now, get ready for another exciting episode coming up.
Hi, welcome to Season 3, Episode 22 of the Next Dimension Podcast, your podcast that is all about VR and AR. And I'm so looking forward to this specific episode because not only do we have amazing topics, but we have them back both. Eric from Q2C VR Gamer and Tetiana from Disco VR. Eric, how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. It is amazing to be back with both of you. With people, so that because I haven't seen you guys in a long time, I haven't talked to you guys in a long time, so this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
It is, and yeah, we missed each other in Germany. So you went to Germany to Gamescom, and I wasn't there.
I did.
We were like, that is ridiculous.
I know. It was so because we were like, because myself and Skiba from Between Realities were there for Impact Reality. And we were so excited to go to Gamescom because we said we are going to go to the MRTV headquarters and we're going to go check everything out and you can see Sebastian. And you were like, "No, I'm in Taiwan." And I'm like, "No,
no." Oh, really, so stupid. Anyways, it's fine now. We can finally catch up. It seems like you are in VR heaven.
Yeah, I'm in like my white room. I'm in like my clean room.
I have the Oculus home.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, right? I literally have just moved. I moved from my home in New York like last week. My home in New York, and we have moved to Florida. We're in sunny Florida.
Very nice.
I haven't even had a chance to put anything together yet, really, for my room. I have a beautiful new studio, but I have to build it. I have to make it.
Of course, yeah.
How
Cool.
exciting.
But yeah, until then, you are in VR heaven. That's good.
Exactly.
Tetiana, so good to have you back. How are you doing?
I'm having my morning coffee.
Good.
After having a long night. But yeah, honestly, it's so good to be back. I think that after I started, getting back into content creation, I felt like myself again after having a baby. So
Right.
I'm super excited to be on the show because I had to miss the previous one, but it's great to be back. And just feeling a part of this community again is an awesome feeling.
Yeah, and it's beautiful to be able to create something. I mean, other than babies, to the world,
It's
right?
prime content, by the way.
Yeah.
This is
That's a
this
prime
is really
content.
this is really good stuff. This is really good stuff. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, glad to have you back. Yeah, and of course, also here with me, Sebastian, founder of MRTV and Tech, and the host of this show. So yeah, I'm also really happy to be back here now every Saturday to talk with you about all these exciting topics. And wow, what a week it has been. Unbelievable. First of all, the unveiling of the Immersed Visor, and it actually happened on MRTV, which is, of course, amazing. So, wow, we're going to talk about this device. We're going to talk about the price. We're going to talk about the impact that it might have on this industry because, well, this is quite some price, right? Some amazing price, $500 and $750. Wow, it was really sending shockwaves through this industry. Then another price drop, a crazy price drop, unbelievable. The Varjo Aero went down in price 50% to $990, even undercutting the Big Screen Beyond. I would say that Varjo has just declared war against Pimax and Big Screen, right? So wow, it's going to be so interesting to find out about your opinion about it. And there's been some exciting leaks from Pico. So first of all, that's not even a leak. Officially, they have shown a new controller that's also like a ringless controller that is going to be used on the Pico 5. And there's been a video on Bilibili, which is the Chinese YouTube, where a YouTuber, like my equivalent in China, has the device and went to the Pico headquarters in Beijing and talked to them about the technology behind that controller. And then in the end, he asked them, okay, when can we use this controller? And the guy says, the Pico guy says like, yeah, looking forward to it. So he doesn't say when, but he says like, yes, it's gonna happen. Right, and there's been a leak about like a timeline about Pico 5, Pico 5 Pro, and Pico 5 Pro Max, which is like it seems to be their high-end version of of a system that can do both PC VR with DisplayPort, exciting stuff, but also standalone. Wow. Oh, wow. So exciting stuff. So we are
And
going
Meta Connect is next week. I
and
mean,
and
Well,
and MetaConnect is next week.
Well, actually, it's funny how everyone suddenly rushed to drop their
Yeah,
mind-blowing
yeah,
VR
this
news
stuff.
right
Yeah,
before
right?
MetaConnect.
I
Exactly.
don't you just feel that like Valve is going to announce something next
Yeah,
week,
of
right?
course, on the same day,
I
on
almost
that
feel
day.
like I almost feel like this is the perfect storm. It's going to happen. They did it to Meta when they launched the Valve Index. Remember, they
Exactly.
put that news like right around when Meta launched the Quest 2 or Quest 1.
And it was received very well. We all thought, hey, that's funny, that's cool. It was not like, oh, how can they do it? Everybody, or the people that I talked to, they liked this idea, right? Of like, how to say that? Like to rein into the parade of Meta. Like everybody
Yep.
was fine with it, and I totally believe this could happen again. So wow. So exciting! What an exciting time now again for XR. It had been like a weeks of nothing. That's why we were in the break, right? But yeah, perfect time to come back and to find out all about this. Yeah. So for all of you who don't know yet about this podcast, this is live every Saturday on MRTV. The times at the moment are a bit changing from week to week, but you can also listen to this as an audio podcast everywhere where you can find audio podcasts, and it would be amazing if just right now you would take out your iPhone. By the way, I'm also going to have an iPhone starting from tomorrow, the iPhone 15 Pro, my first iPhone.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Take it out, open the podcast app, and give us a 5-star review if you enjoy this very, very good podcast. That would be amazing, and more people could find it. So get it out now, and and do leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy this show. All right, before we get into the topics, let's do a bit of a catch up. So, Eric, please tell us, what have you been busy with? I know you're very busy in this industry, right? So tell us, what have you been doing?
Yeah, I mean, lots going on right now. I mean, this was supposed to be the slow time. Like everybody said that, summertime is supposed to be the slow time, but there really isn't a slow time anymore. Like, when you're in the industry and when you do this full time, like both of you do, it is pretty much nonstop. I mean, you maybe get a little bit of a breath, but it doesn't happen very often where you can stop completely. And I wrapped up Gamescom and headed to Germany, and that was amazing. I love Germany.
It's good.
The Cologne area where they hold Gamescoms is amazing. And there was a lot of I'll recap it real quick just because I know it's been a while since then, but it was a lot of people there in virtual reality, and it was great to see. Like every night there was an event that was focused around VR, and you would have hundreds of VR people getting together after the show to just kind of get together and talk about virtual reality and developers and manufacturers, and it was just amazing to see all the people there. And I just really do love our VR community. It's just it really feels like everybody is still trying to help everybody else. We haven't gotten to that point where everybody's trying to eat everybody else. It's still like, you always still see like other developers trying to help other developers if they had an issue with code, or you would just see, it's very rare in a business that you would see two competing, either platforms or games get together and just help each other through. So Gamescom was amazing. We saw some great virtual reality, and then we ran home and just craziness with Impact Reality. We launched a brand new website. We have our own
Congrats.
news service. Thank you. Yeah, so we have
That is
a news
amazing.
service.
I had a short look, and
update.
it's so nice. So yeah, you really are rocking it. You're killing it. Like I'm just like sitting there, and I'm like, wow, these guys really mean business, and I love it. Right? I love how you go at it. Perfect.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, we had a lot of people that we know in the industry that I think are really smart, and we would love for them to kind of write and do things for XR updates. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be coming to people like Sebastian and Tetiana and say, hey, we would love to hear your voice, and if you have something you'd love to write about, come write for us and put an article in. And this is going to be a VR news service that VR people I think would want. So that's what we're going to try and do. Focus on games.
Perfect. That is really cool. Really, really cool. Can you tell us again the name of the website?
Yeah, it's xrupdate.com.
Okay, xrupdate.com. SteamMachine.com. Let me post it there
Yeah.
for people to click on it and check it out right now, because yes, this is a live show and you can check it out.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, lots of
cool.
gaming too. You know, I'm trying to get into a lot of games. Been playing a lot of things. I tell you one game that has wrapped me up this past week, and it's a very simple game. I don't know if you two have played it. It's called Gazzlers.
I
But-
have not heard about it yet.
It launched on Steam and Quest last week, and it's a very simple wave shooter, but it's just got me hooked. It's one of those games where it's got a good gameplay loop. It's like a roguelite type game. So you're constantly having to die to like bring yourself back to stronger, and then you like
Okay.
get perks during the round. And it's just wrapped me up. Like I just want to keep going back to it and back to it over and over
Okay.
again. And
Okay,
it's
let
a
me check it
simple
out,
game,
man.
but I love it.
Let me check it out.
Yeah.
I always thought that I'm not into these kind of games, right? But then I played this 2D flat game called Hades. Have you heard about
Love it. Yes, I
Wow,
love it. I
it's
play
a
on my
complete-
Steam Deck all the time.
Exactly. This is on my Steam Deck. This game defines my Steam Deck. There's so much
Yep.
stuff out there. No, I play
Really?
Hades all the time.
Hades?
And
Yeah.
Hades.
Because I haven't played it with my Steam Deck in a long time.
Try
Oh,
this
it's
out.
so good. It's
got me
perfect
so
for the
hooked.
Steam Deck.
It's so good.
Because it's
got
like
me
a
so
top.
hooked.
It's like a top-down.
Yeah. Slasher, shooter.
Slasher, right?
But with that nice gameplay loop, right? You're getting stronger every time, and then finally you can defeat that friggin' boss in the middle,
Mhm.
this Medusa or
Uh-huh.
whatever. It's yeah. Wow. Give me something like this in VR, and wow, I will be there. So Gazzlers.
Yeah, give it a try. It's
Yeah,
like I
okay,
said, it's a very simple game. It looks very much like Borderlands. It has that kind of cell shaded feel to it. The graphics look amazing. It's just really well done, and for a simple game that has a hook. You know, it's one of those games where you go, just one more. It's like 2 a.m. and you're just, okay, just
Yeah.
one more, and
One
you do
more
that
time.
one more, and then all of a sudden
One more
it's 4
time.
a.m.
Exactly. Yeah. One
Yeah.
more time. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, cool. Thanks for updating us, Eric.
Yeah,
So great to have you on the show. Tetiana, what have you been doing in the last few weeks?
Yeah. Well, last few weeks. Oh yeah. Gosh. I guess I haven't been on a podcast for much longer
For
than
long.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, oh yeah, tell
mean,
us
you
then what
did-
have you been doing?
Yeah, you haven't had a podcast either because of the break, and I was on a break from content creation too, as you know. And some of the people in the chat might not know, but I just recently had my my first baby,
Congratulations
June.
again.
and
amazing.
thank you. Yeah, just bringing a new VR player in the world. And so I've been really busy with that for about 2 months. And it was really weird to be away from, creating content in VR in general for so long. So at first I was kind of enjoying it, but then I thought, okay, I feel like I'm losing myself a little bit. I need to start doing something again. So now I'm slowly kind of getting back. And I started making more videos, I think, in August. And it was a lot to catch up on, but at the same time, it wasn't too bad because, again, because I'm not like, that kind of a business owner like Eric, as a content creator, it was a slower time than some other like seasons, right? Like now, for example. So I would catch up on some of this stuff, and then I was trying like a little bit of Pimax Crystal with the new update that they have released, with the eye tracking, with the standalone mode. So I was kind of exploring that. I was sent this 3D camera, CAF.
Yeah. I did the video on it already.
Yeah. I am really enjoying it.
Yeah.
That
me
3D
too.
camera. It's so incredible, really, because it's very hard to describe how the 3D videos work, like the real ones, when you record them on your own. But once you do and you're putting on the headset and you're watching the stuff, it's like that's the way to capture memories,
It's the
And
future.
I find it so unbelievably incredible because like I've had it as a loner and now I'm recording it all the time, like, with the baby, because it's like, it's a perfect timing. I have a little baby. I can record him now. And then I'm going to have like a 3D video, he won't be this small anymore. And it got me emotional and all of that kind of stuff. So I think that is great. And it's interesting, if the new Apple Vision Pro is going to have a feature like that, it's going to be very, very interesting. So so I'm working on the video like that about it. also, and then the back burner, there's lots of stuff I'm working on, but I've already recorded quite a bit, and it's fun that anyone can see those kind of videos, because I can just upload them to like a shared drive, and all you need to do is just download it, put it on your Quest or some kind of headset, and you can see it too. So it's pretty cool. And another, I guess, a big thing that I did is I got something pricey.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But I wanted it, and Mr. Disco wanted it also, and we were just like, screw it, let's get it. So we got a motion rig.
Yes.
Later.
I'm posting your short of it
Oh,
right now, so people
Oh,
can
yeah.
have a look at it.
Did you get bit by the simulator bug? Is that why you did this? I mean, because I know you got into GT7 for like a lot, right? Like Gran Turismo 7, you loved it. You were playing it a lot.
I did, yeah.
Is that why you did this?
Yeah. Gran Turismo 7 is probably one of very few games that I did more than one video on, which almost never happens, because I don't do that many gameplays. And if I do, then it means I really love the game. And if I do more than once, then it's like, wow. So I love GT7. And, you're always chasing like the best immersion. And obviously we have VR, which is already a very immersive setup. There's a steering wheel. But the lack of this physical feedback is what making it still not completely real. And now that gap is filled with the motion sim. I got one from DOF Reality, and it's actually a less expensive one than Yaw. Almost half the price. So it's still expensive, but if you're serious about it, this is probably the most affordable one you can get. That's really good quality. And so thanks for posting a short. Yeah, that's just a little teaser of what's coming. I actually already prepared a video. I just it's just sitting there waiting to be kind of going online. It's actually going to go online right after this podcast. So if someone wants to give it a watch,
Nice.
It's not a long one, I promise. But if you want to see my stupid excitement, like it's stupid how excited I was.
I love it.
That's what people want to see. That is what people want to see.
Yeah, because I'm not like a professional racer. I'm just like a casual gamer who wants to enjoy the stuff. And like, I gotta be honest, I haven't been this excited in VR in a long while. I think the last time it happened was when I tried Horizon for the first time.
Yeah.
But like the
Right,
first time, right? That first kind of wow.
Yeah. That was
I
a
got
good
really
moment, yeah.
excited, but also because it was a new headset, right? So it was a PSVR 2, so it's like all together, like this is so cool. So I guess like PlayStation VR 2 kind of reignited my excitement for VR, and then GT7 made me realize that I'm actually really into this kind of racing, not like Formula One where it's super realistic, but more like a game, casual, right? But then the motion rig, it's just, wow, it blew my mind. Like I was freaking out. I was too excited about it. And I wasn't any good either because I was so distracted. I wanted to hit all the cars. I wanted to do everything just to like feel the shaking.
To feel the motion.
And then here's a cool thing that I've noticed about it. You actually you're a more careful driver that way, because now you know that when you hit the car, there's gotta be consequences. And
it can have an impact.
Yeah, it's so a simple thing like that. Like it can help someone, learn how to be a better driver, because you don't want to just play like bumper cars with that. You want to be careful. You don't want to feel that feedback. So it's freaking insane. And then my husband was playing Formula with it. He's really good. And he said that the motion rig actually allows him to play better because he can feel when he loses the traction and he needs to correct himself. But without this feedback, you start spinning because you don't know what's going on like in the car. So this rig is so realistic with processing this telemetry data that it actually helps you take advantage of it and be a better driver. So it's a must. Like I'm not playing any racing without it anymore. It's insane how good it is. So yeah.
Wow,
I'm excited for you to watch it.
how hard was like the install? Like I know some people get like daunted at these things because they are not easy to put together.
You need to have a husband like mine to install it.
There you go.
I did not
Okay.
install it. I'm completely transparent about it. It's very, very hard. That's the one thing about DOF Reality. They sell cheaper rigs, but it comes at a cost of like awful tutorials and instructions. I don't know how Yaw does it. It looks a bit more polished. DOF Reality is very rough around the edges, but it's cool because you can see those motors, you can see those things moving. It's not hidden, it's right there. Like you can see them moving the chair. But the setup process is really bad. They need to update their tutorial for sure. We did it. He did it. But not everyone can, because it also requires a bit of physical strength to do it. Like you actually need to apply force at certain times. So I could understand how to do it, but some things I just couldn't maybe even physically do, you know? So that's that's I guess a very big downside of that. But that's because you can save like $2,000 on it if you want it cheaper than Yaw.
Right. Nice. I can't wait to watch your video and to see what kind of impact that has on you, that device. It's always great to get the immersion even higher, right? This is what I'm really striving for. Get even more immersion.
Yep.
That's what we want. So anything that can help to improve it, I love it.
Yeah, that's definitely the most immersive I've ever been in any VR game, and that says a lot because I've been doing it for a while. So it's pretty mind blowing. If you get a chance to try it, have you tried it actually, Sebastian? Have you tried a motion rig?
I have, I did try motion rigs before. I tried the Yao 2 at some kind of expo, and I tried another one in Las Vegas that one of our viewers put together, like a super huge thing, like which cost like tens of thousands of dollars, and it was just mind blowing. And I was a bit afraid to drive because it had such an impact. You know, if you drove against the wall, you're like, wow, you would so heavily feel it on your body. It was crazy. So
It's the kind of motion rig that has.
I want it in my life. I want it in my life too.
Yeah, it's the kind of motion rig that you need to buckle up because you can actually fall off of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm working on acquiring something like this for myself and also for Try My Tech. So yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So I guess that's the biggest thing. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to, the release of Quest 3.
I believe we
think
all
it's going to
do.
make some huge waves, and it's funny to
course.
see how everyone is like striving to release and announce everything they have to announce before the Connect. And I'm not different. Like honestly, I'm getting out a lot of content right now that's not Quest related because I just know it's going to be dead on arrival come Meta Connect. So, but a lot of Quest 3 content is coming. So I'm very excited about it, mostly because of the mixed reality part. Right. Now that I have a baby, I can't spend much time in VR. Like I can't be disconnected from reality so much.
But now you can stay in the Quest 3 with the pass-through and still care about your baby.
That's right.
I love the idea. Good idea there. Good idea.
VR moms, man. I love VR moms.
Well, look, there are so many games now getting mixed reality modes. Like, I mean, there are games that were made to be mixed reality, but there are also games that's just like, oh, let's make it mixed reality, like Demio, right? It's amazing. Like, let's make all games mixed reality so that I can play them finally.
Yeah, and they're not going to be tech demos anymore either, which is great. Like we've been seeing tech demos for the Pro for like 6 to 8 months, but like I tried one for Drop Dead the Cabin at Gamescom. They have a mixed reality experience for that now.
This looked good.
This looked good. Really good. It's like one of the best I've seen. Like you map your walls out and they come through like doorways in your wall.
They're gonna come from the crib.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's not just your walls. You can map your sofa or your chair or your table, and then the zombies have to come over those items when you map them into your room. So they're actually like leaping over them or jumping onto them. So like, yeah, they'll be jumping like onto your crib, and you got to protect your baby.
Wow.
Extra motivation.
We're gonna get amazing mixed reality games that we even cannot grasp right now how good they will be, right? Because they are in our reality. So wow, I'm looking forward to that future, and I believe that Quest 3 will get us there. But yeah, let's talk about this a bit more later. Yeah, cool. That's it, Tetiana?
Yes. Okay, I believe I've taken it all the time.
Good. So yeah, let me very quickly update you on what I did. So yeah, it was a crazy week for VR, right? So first of all, the Immersed Visor unveiling here on the channel, which obviously was super exciting and got super many people excited, some rattled. So really, really cool. And we're going to talk about this in a moment. Yeah, then there was another announcement from Pimax that they are now allowing people to trade in their crystal for the 12K once that comes out. And we're also going to talk about this here on the channel, talked about it here on MRTV as well. Then suddenly, Varjo decided to drop their prices like to 990. Obviously, I also had to cover it. So there was lots of things I had to cover. And then I was so busy, I didn't even have time to cover the Pico 5 leaks, which we will discuss in the show. So super, super exciting stuff. And I'm happy to be back here on this show. Yeah, other than MRTV, as you know by now, I'm also doing another startup, Try My Tech, which is, you know it, but probably somebody doesn't know it yet already. It's like an Airbnb for tech gadgets. So if in the future you want to check out a Pimax Crystal or another headset, the Apple Vision Pro, if you're somewhere where there's not Apple Vision Pros, you will be able to do that on Try My Tech, where people like me and you, enthusiasts, show off their gadgets for a fee. So I have lots of work to do on this, and I'm super happy to tell everyone that now we're getting there with the US page, because I am now a US business owner. I've tweeted it out today.
Nice.
It's such a cool feeling. So yes, Try My Tech Incorporated is a thing. It's a Delaware C Corp, and I am now a US business owner. So cool. This is
Heck
such
yeah.
a cool feeling. It's such a cool feeling. Yeah, so now I also got this EIN number from the IRS. I'm now allowed to pay taxes, and I am allowed to open a bank account, which I did yesterday. So now I can very soon start business in the US, and yeah, I'm so excited about it. Keep an eye out for trymytech.com if you're in the States, if you want to make some money with your Quest 3, if you want to make some money with the Apple Vision Pro in the future, you will be able to do so. So go to trymytech.com and sign up right now. Very soon, the first invitations will go out and the first experiences in the US will start. We have already reached that stage with the UK and Germany, so now everything is going to start. And I'm super busy with doing everything at the same time. So yeah, I'm not bored at all. And on the weekend, I can relax by doing this podcast in English and in German tomorrow. So yes.
Love it.
Wow.
As you guys know, like I'm in this whole XR thing with everything I got, and I still love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm on board with Try My Tech too. Like I'm on
that's
board.
so cool, man.
Like I
That's
am
so
in.
cool.
I'm gonna do it. I talked to Sebastian early on, and
Yeah.
in the position I'm in, I'm lucky enough to have all these headsets. I've got
Oh man.
25 different headsets, I think, right now. So and part of why a lot of us do what we do is to try and bring virtual reality to everyone, right? Not everybody can try a Pimax Crystal or a Varjo
Right,
Aero
exactly,
or a
exactly.
Valve Index. So I'm all about trying to push VR forward, and the more people we can get in headsets, the better. So I think this is an amazing program, and if you want to come visit me in Florida, you can come visit me and Try My Tech.
Wow, this is going to be so cool. And especially like YouTubers like you, for them it's perfect because people know you already, right? So this hurdle is gone and they will want to meet you in person, and you can even make a video after they have tried it. This is incredible. So I made these kind of videos, the MRTV experience reports on my German channel, when the Germans came to my office, tried everything out, and people love that content. Because, well, these are some people, they don't have any kind of affiliate link incentives, right? So people will completely believe them. Like it's just like some dudes that try VR. So do that. Take a video of these people who try this stuff and put it on your YouTube channel, and people will love it.
I love putting
Yeah.
people into VR.
Yeah.
I mean, we all do, right? I think we all have done it. I mean, how many? We all done it. You put people in VR.
People love watching first time reactions.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Sometimes I have the bigger smile on my face than the people in VR, just because I see like what I
Yep.
felt the first time I get in. When I see somebody have a reaction like I did, it gets me excited all over again for virtual reality when somebody does
Yeah.
it for the first time. So I love it.
It's crazy. And think about, we got into our first VR headsets probably, I don't know, PSVR 1 or original Vive or Rift, which were okay, but nowhere near as cool as a Big Screen Beyond, for example, or a Crystal. And now they're putting it on for the first time. Are they even more blown away than us? Probably.
No, they're spoiled. Is what it is. They're spoiled. They're like, what is that?
Okay.
Yeah, right.
That's the
Okay,
thing.
they're spoiled.
People who never knew the worst quality, they're gonna be like, bitching about the stuff like
You're right. Exactly.
Mira
Okay.
and,
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna
You're
put
right.
somebody in my. I'm gonna put somebody in my DK1. See what happens.
You're right. Exactly. I'll be
When
the
I was
person
your
who will say
age.
exactly.
had-
I
we had
just wanted to
3
say
degrees
Well-
of freedom.
yeah, exactly. When I started this, I put my phone into some kind of holding
my
device.
And I
You
could
know?
only move my head like this, but
Yeah.
not like this.
When I was young, exactly. I will say that. I will say that very soon. If somebody will complain about what they see right now, it's so funny.
I will say
Yeah.
that to my son when he's old enough to play VR. He's probably going to be like, just put
Yeah.
2 lenses in his
Oh,
eyes.
nice.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
want that.
Yeah. So that was my week. Very busy, but enjoying it very much. All right. So now let's get into the exciting topics. Wow. And let's start with that Varjo announcement. So wow, that was crazy. That was really crazy. They are cutting their prices from 50% to $990 and euros. So this is really a totally different ball game now. They're back in the game, right? They are now really able to compete again. So $990 for the Varjo Aero, which is a super high-end headset, giving you truly amazing visuals, super clear visuals. This headset is around now since 2 years, and when I first put it on for the first time, at that time, I was blown away. I couldn't grasp how good it was. Like I replayed games. I replayed Half-Life Alyx, and I was simply shocked. I can still remember the video that I put out about this. Like I didn't even want to wait until I put out a whole video. I just put out the through the lens video of Half-Life Alyx, and this got like 100,000 of views because people couldn't grasp just how crisp it is compared to other headsets. So this is now down to $919. Tetiana, what are your thoughts now? What are your thoughts about this pricing? Is it now a viable option again against the Big Screen Beyond and the Crystal? What are your thoughts?
I think it was a very smart move on their part because you're right. The headset is not new, but it still is so like it still can compete with the new releases right now. And I think like the only headset that comes to mind that can like rival in that kind of quality is Pimax Crystal, at least in my experience. When I tried it, the quality was incredibly similar.
The visual
I think
quality,
Crystal,
right? Yeah.
Yes. So the Crystal's resolution is slightly higher. It's hard to tell that it is better. I would say like the visuals are pretty much on the same level, minus the local dimming on Varjo. That it doesn't have that. So
And the FOV.
So the second thing is FOV. So whenever I would compare them, and people would ask me which one they should get, and would say there are 2 factors in play. FOV, right? It kind of feels like you have this ski mask look on Varjo. But if there's nothing better, then it's great. So, when 2 years ago when it was released, that was the best one they can
Agreed.
get. So now with Crystal, there is something to choose from. And so the second factor is the price, right? Because Varjo was $2,000 and Crystal was cheaper. So Crystal was a winner in that regard. If someone is okay having a heavier headset. So I love Varjo's form factor. And now that the price is so much lower, it's kind of crazy not to get it, to be honest, because it's super comfortable. It has amazing visuals. It's pretty easy to connect and like start playing right away. I guess like you need to have still base stations, right? So Crystal still wins because it has a
And controllers,
inside-out
too.
tracking and controllers. Yeah, but it's
And an audio
crazy how
solution.
good.
And a microphone.
right. So, okay, yeah, we have to call it out there, right?
Okay, see, but that's good. Yeah, that's good because the competition is so much more kind of tight now with all of these features. I think it's a matter of time until Varjo still needs to kind of push a better headset, but because it's already out there, people already know it. People are already debating whether they should get it or not. They just kind of decided, oh, screw it, we're just gonna give this amazing, like ridiculous price cut, and it will instantly push people who were still kind of on the verge. Should I get it or should I not get it? It will be a no-brainer for them. And I think that there's another factor here. The Pimex recent kind of the trade-in program. Can we talk about that now?
Yeah,
We're
sure.
not yet. I would just want to say one thing. For those who might not know, if you have crystal or if you buy crystal until I guess the end of this year, which costs $1,600, you can later on trade it in for Pimex 12K with an $800 kind of credit. So here's the thing. You will still spend $800 because you will buy this headset and you will not get to keep it. So you're going to trade it in. $800 will go towards
Of course.
12K. You're at $800 short.
Yeah, but
So-
you got a new headset for $800. You got
Yes.
the crystal for $800.
But then you don't have it anymore. So
Of course, yeah.
So
That's
what
right.
you can do, you can spend only $100 more. You know, instead of 800, I think it's 900, 60, 900 something. And you will get the headset that's almost as good and you will get to keep it. You see what's
For
happening?
the arrows, I see what you're saying. Get the arrow
Yeah.
instead of the crystal, and then
So basically you can buy a crystal and then trade it in and be $800 short and not have a crystal anymore. Or you can
But
spend
you will get the 12K.
900. But you will, but that's your money. That's $800 you spent. It's not free
Yeah,
money. You
that's
spent it.
capitalism, right? We spend money to get things.
So then you can just buy it, both 12K and Varjo, and you can get both of them instead of only buying crystal, and then you don't have it. Then you get 12K, and you're $800 short, and you don't have the headset. You know what I mean? So that's an interesting situation here. You can get crystal now and enjoy it, and then you get 12K, or you can get Varjo Aero and enjoy it, and then you have 12K as well if you want to buy it. But the thing is, you don't know when we're gonna have 12K. We don't know how much it will be. What if it's too expensive and you don't want to buy it for like, I don't know, $3,000? So it's an interesting situation here. I think with Varjo, I think it's an amazing marketing move that they did, and it puts them on the map. They're much bigger on that map now than they were before.
Yeah, right. So Eric, what are your thoughts about the Aero price going down to 990? Is it a no-brainer now, like Tetiana thinks, or what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, so I think there's 2 points with this. I think number one, Varjo did that was a really smart move. They had to do this. The headset was pretty much dying, and it was too expensive. It's 2 years old. They had to make some type of move. So I think this makes a lot of sense to compete with Crystal, and then to move their inventory. So point number 2 is, I think this very possibly we may need to see another consumer headset from Varjo at some point. And I think it makes sense to try and, number one, garner some publicity. You know, Varjo's out there. We're still making consumer headsets, $990. You can get it right now. And then maybe down the road here, we see, an announcement of another headset coming. So kind of clear the inventory out, because it makes sense to do something else, because it is a 2-year-old headset. So at $990, I do think, I think I tweeted out, at $990, it's a competitor now. It has changed the market. Like it's now viable for people, where before it really was not, except for the super prosumer. It wasn't really viable, because it's not, unless you already have the base station set up and the controllers, and either the Vive wands or the Valve Index knuckle controllers. It's not just what it was at $990. It's still probably another $500 for that package if you need them. So I think at $990, it's definitely more attractive, and it will, get people. And it's for PC VR. If you're looking for high-end PC VR, it's one of the best experiences you will have. It was just something I could not recommend to people before, because the price was so high, and the other options out there I thought were either as good or close for a much less price. So yeah, I think this definitely gets them into the market. I think they will see a little bit of an uptick in sales here. I just wonder if it's a little bit too late at this point. What do you think, Sebastian?
Yeah. So I totally agree with everything you said. So that's basically what I can say. So I even didn't mention the Varjo Aero anymore on MRTV so much because I simply could not recommend it anymore against the competition. It was just priced too high for what it offered. So now, if you just look at what it offers compared to the Crystal, then the Crystal wins in most of the aspects, right? In the FOV and in the crispness of the picture, it has local dimming. The Aero does not have. So if somebody just asks me which of these two headsets gives you the better picture quality, then I simply have to say it is the Crystal, right? So before it was even so much more expensive, the Aero, so it was absolutely nothing that happened anymore on MRTV, right? But now with that price, hey, it is different now. They kind of came back now to the table. I will say now in my videos, hey, there's also the Aero. There's also the Aero, which is a super nice headset, higher build quality than the Crystal, in my opinion. You don't have to worry about this stupid battery thing with the Crystal, right? It's a very old machine that works. You won't have any kind of funny problems with updates that won't work, like on the Crystal sometimes, like this kind of quality aspect. That is what the Aero gives me. And for people who want a lighter headset where you don't have to care about batteries at all, I do think the Aero now with $990 is it's a good headset. But just like you said, it is already a bit old, and probably something new will come out from Varjo. Probably they are clearing off their inventory. So it is not like an investment into the future. So somebody said like, okay, you can own the Crystal, the Aero, but then you can also sell it. Yeah, but for how much money will you get it? Like it is now already in the bargain basement, right? So I'm not sure that many people will get it. So if you buy Crystal now, though, yes, you're getting the best visuals that you can have right now, but it also includes already a down payment for the next better device, and you got first purchasing rights. So, in my opinion, both companies did the right thing. Aero did the right thing with bringing the price down, and Pimax did also exactly the right thing with talking about their trading program, which before they did not have. So, in my opinion, it's really down to these two things. What do you want? Do you want to have the best visuals right now, and probably also don't want to buy the base stations? And you already invest in the 12K if you want it, then go for the Crystal. If you have base stations, then in my opinion, it's between the Big Screen Beyond and the Aero, right? Because the Big Screen Beyond, it does have a way better form factor, and it also has a better vertical FOV than the Aero. So in terms of the technicalities and of the device itself, I still believe that the Aero is outclassed by Big Screen Beyond and Crystal. But yeah, the price brought it back to the table. That's basically what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
exciting. It is exciting. It is great. So it is great that this is so competitive now. It is fantastic that it's so competitive now. And then we're even going to get the Somnium VR1 sometime down the line, which also plays in that high end market, right? And then there's the Visor that people will probably mod to be able to play OpenXR games. So yeah, I'm happy to be in this industry right now. And then it's going to be the Pico 5 and MetaQuest 3. So yes, no, VR is not dead at all, and PC VR also not.
I think it's still important to address the form factor a bit, because there's not a single video I made about Crystal where I had people saying that you're gonna need like a neck brace or something to hold your head. If
And
they're
you know
really
what? I
trying to
hate
get people
that.
in it. And here's the thing:
I don't
if you
like
want
it.
to convince people to buy a big and bulky headset like that, you have to offer the absolute best. Like, it has to be the best ever headset so that it's worth the weight and the size. So 12K, is it going to be like that? Maybe. But Crystal
know.
isn't that anymore, because like you said, we have Varjo Aero that's already cheaper. We have Big Screen Beyond. So there are alternatives that are not
Sure.
much off. So in that
Absolutely.
reason alone is I think why people would probably be better off going for either Varjo or Big Screen Beyond, because the money is the same. You're still $800 short with Crystal, and you can buy one of these for like $100 more. Plus, you have the headset in your hands. So later on, even if you sell it for like $200, you still have $200. But with
Yeah.
Crystal, you won't. So that's what I'm thinking.
All right, it's good. We can have different opinions. That's totally fine. So so the thing is like it really is the best thing is simply to check it out yourself. The visuals. Like really do an A/B comparison. Is the FOV good enough for you? Yes or no? Because it is really like kind of a bit
It's
down
super
there right
important.
now.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're not into that, then probably no. But you can absolutely also get used to it. And you can
Yeah.
get used to all kinds of FOVs. So the
Don't
best
get me
thing,
wrong.
the best
yeah.
thing,
No,
the
I think
best
they're
thing
very
is
close.
I love FOV on Crystal, even
Yeah.
though it's
So-
smaller than AKX.
yeah.
It's amazing. I would not want to have Varjo Aero. Like if I was given two headsets, yeah, I want Crystal. I want it now.
Yeah.
You know?
So same here. So the best thing is just
FOV-wise.
to compare them side by side if you have the chance.
Yeah, they're both
Traumatech,
great.
like-
They're both great. Yeah, exactly. They're both great headsets. Like that's what
They
it is.
are.
It's like
Exactly.
if it would be easy if one of them was like, okay, it's just not that good. You should go with one over the other. That's why it's been so frustrating for me for like the last 6 to 8 months. Having the Varjo Aero, because people ask me all the time, what do you think of the Varjo Aero? And I'm like, I love it. I don't use it much because for me it doesn't make a lot of sense for me. Like I'd rather go to my Quest Pro than my Varjo Aero, even when I'm doing PC VR. It's just easier for me, and the Varjo Aero, the way it's set up is just not the easiest thing in the world, because you need an audio solution, because you need a mic, and because it's just not easy. The UI you still have to get into. The Quest Pro is so easy to put on, and I can get really good fidelity out of that headset. So, and but that's a $1,000 headset also. So I'm glad they finally got to where they're viable at $990, and they've entered the
Right.
market. Like that's the
Viable.
big
That's a
thing.
good point.
Yeah, like we have Varjo. Like Varjo is viable now, and I hope they stay. I think they will stay viable for the future. So it's a new company that's not just enterprise anymore, that will maybe enter the consumer market at a more affordable level, to where everybody can get a chance to try and go get it.
Right. And I'm really glad. Again, I'm glad that the price came down now. So again, it's a viable option, and again, it's a great headset. And for those who want an amazing visual quality and who don't want to deal with that battery stuff, for example, of the Crystal, it's fantastic. Yeah. So the Crystal, don't get me wrong, it is not a no-brainer. The Crystal is not a no-brainer. I still don't get over the fact that this has standalone that nobody wants, basically, right?
I
Nobody
know.
wants that. Nobody wants that standalone stuff. And if the standalone stuff would be good for one thing, it would be for virtual desktop, which is not on the device. So the Crystal is not a no-brainer at all, but it can give us a really, really great visual fidelity for PC VR, and I truly love it. And the thing about the neck breaking, I really can't hear that anymore. I understand there's this super negative sentiment for some for some people, for many people, because in the past, basically it sucked, right? And it's easy to play on the sentiment. And we talked about this last week with Steve, where he also said like there's so many hate for Pimax, and people don't even check it out themselves, really, because when you wear it, it's not going to break your neck, right? So I really don't like to hear that breaking the neck thing, which is not true.
But the thing that bothers me about it, the standalone, because you said nobody wants it, and
Yeah, I really, it's not a no-brainer, this device. I don't like this part. They should have come out with a version without it.
Yeah, and
it's a mistake.
That's what bothers me, and it makes me, well, it almost makes me angry, because think about this headset, how much cheaper and lighter it would be if it didn't have this standalone mode.
I agree. I
And like
100%
you could
agree.
have, so it's like Pimax resources, both financial and like people, the teams working on making the standalone mode work and function and do well, and they will. I mean, I've tried it. You've tried it. It's nowhere close to Quest. And that's the king of standalone. And if there is something already better, why are you trying to catch up with something that's you're not, it's not just strongest suit. Nobody's buying Pimax Crystal for
Right.
standalone.
Right.
And
It's a
just
mistake. It's just a
imagine
stupid mistake.
well,
You have to have a store to do it, and they don't have a store. They have if you're gonna do it, you have to do it right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad because I can almost like imagine how much more polished this headset would have been if it has this focus on PCVR, and then it would be more affordable. So it's
Yeah.
okay. I know they're
Yeah.
trying.
You're right.
Maybe in the next iterations it will be better. Maybe. So it's like a trial. Let's see how it goes. Like with Quest Pro, not everything is great about Quest Pro, but I hope that everything will be great with Quest 3 because they've learned on their mistakes. So I hope that this is just their way of testing the waters, seeing what the
No.
community thinks about it.
I don't think so. I
Who knows?
really don't get this decision. It doesn't make sense. It's just
Yeah, I
like
know.
it's just a stupid mistake. Sorry to say it so clearly, in my opinion. Right? Why don't you give us the 8KX with the crystal lenses? Boom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
People
I
would
said
love
the
it.
same thing.
It would be the best seller. Everyone who loves PCVR would get this friggin' 8KX with crystal lenses. Boom.
Yeah.
Finished.
I said the
This
same
is
thing.
Pimax. They always do this.
Yeah, I know.
It was either they have 5 headsets, that they've cut that down now, but now they have one headset that's trying to do 5 different things. So it's
Yeah,
like they never
Jack
focus
of
on
all
one
trades,
thing.
master of none. That's the
Exactly.
point,
It's like
right?
it's like they're all over the place. Instead of putting their
Yeah.
focus in one direction and making a great headset that's amazing, they try and make 5 headsets, or they try and make one headset like a Swiss Army knife that has 15 different uses, and
Which is
just
not
make
good
it
for
great.
anything. But okay,
Right.
PCVR it is good. But the other stuff no. And then why do they waste even more resources to work on that Portal VR thing that also nobody is going to use? I'm telling you, there won't be so many games for that Portal VR thing. Everybody can get like a used Quest 2 and get a better experience out of it with tons of games. So I'm just thinking about the amount of resources
Yeah,
that
resources,
Pimax
manpower.
is wasting to build that Portal VR thing that nobody is going to use is staggering. Instead of wasting these resources, why not build a sexy micro OLED headset with a wider FOV that everyone would want?
Pretty much exactly what I said in my video too. It's like it's a shame. It's a waste
It's a
of
shame.
resources because
It's
no one will
unbelievable.
buy Pimax for standalone, but
Nobody.
everyone will buy it for the best visuals. And I am not like people called me like enamored by Pimax back when I was trying it on CES and road shows because I didn't have to set it up and all I saw was like visual clarity and I just said, "Wow, this is the best VR quality I've ever seen in my life." That alone will be enough. Like Pimax, this is enough. Just take this and work on this to polish it. Don't add stuff in it. We're already impressed. Don't ruin the
I'm there.
the
It's still
impression.
I'm there. It's still like today. If you ask me what is the best looking headset through the lenses, I'm going to tell you the Pimax Crystal. Like
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
experiences that-
Yes.
Yes.
Go do
Pimax
Kayak
Crystal.
VR and the Pimax Crystal. It will
You're
blow
gonna be
you
shocked.
away. It's
Shocked.
better than the Aero.
Incredible.
It's better than any other headset
than-
I own, and I own them pretty much all, just like you guys
Same.
do. So I'm telling
Yeah.
you now, so don't discount Pimax, just because it's Pimax. That's the problem
No,
with Pimax. They've
I
gotten
don't love
themselves.
you exactly.
It's
Yeah.
so easy to set
They
up
got
now.
better.
It's plug and play. It's
Yes,
so
they got
good.
better.
Like,
Their
I
UI
took
is so good now.
back everything I said, because they
Really.
fixed it. I'm like, good job. Like
They
I
got really
honestly, like,
better.
it worked on my 3080, even
Yeah.
3080. I'm so glad. So I was very happy. We were playing Formula One yesterday, and it was amazing. So it's just, yeah. I hope maybe they're listening.
Yeah.
They are listening for sure.
Please.
It's still a
Please do it.
fantastic
We love
headset.
you.
Like,
We love you, Pimax.
I recommend people to buy the headset. Like to me, I think the Crystal
same here.
is a viable headset. I would go out and get it. Like
Viable.
if you're like it's viable. If you're looking for the what's the PC VR headset that I want right now, that's going to give me the highest fidelity that I can go out and have the most amazing experience in, I'll recommend you to go get the Pimax Crystal. I know the build quality is good. The company is backing behind it, so I know it's good. So I don't have a problem with somebody going out and getting it. It's just if you're going to go get it for the standalone, I'm just going to say no. Don't do
Absolutely
it.
no. Yeah, right. So yeah, here I really like this. What the Savian said. I'm glad Seb stressed how people hate on Pimax almost like it's a trend. It's ridiculous, really. So yeah, don't do that. So by the way, dear Pimax, if you're watching this, and I know you are watching this, please drop that Portal VR. Really, nobody wants it. It's just costing you resources. Don't do it. Why don't you instead please work on that smaller micro OLED headset with a bigger FOV that people want? People know you for like pushing the boundaries. So there's going to be many micro OLED headsets. You could be the first to give it to us with a wide FOV, you know, and probably even with your own tracking because it's got better already. But also, yeah, or it could be another version with the Lighthouse. Could be too. So please don't waste your resources for this Portal VR. Instead, make the headset that people really want, and people would want to have a micro OLED from you which has a wider FOV. That's what I think. Or even the 8KX with crystal lenses. Also okay.
Yeah.
You could also do that. People would also buy it. Yeah. So
Rant over.
Rant over. Yeah,
I like it.
Rant a moment.
I love it. I love hearing the rants. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah, rants is fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. It's getting more exciting. Varjo is there, Crystal is there, Big Screen Beyond also there. They're shipping in the US, right? Super nice, cool that people are finally getting those devices. And I would love to hear, like, what real people think about it. I'm going to check out if there's something on YouTube of actual people using the Big Screen Beyond. I would love to see more of that. Yes, so that was the topic. Varjo going down with their prices. Now, another really huge thing is the Immersed Visor. And we had heard from the company about it a couple of weeks ago. And now finally, on Tuesday, they released all the stuff in an interview with me, and also, of course, on Eric's channel. Then later with more information, which was really amazing. So for the people who don't know yet about the Visor, it is a hardware. It is a VR headset or a mixed reality headset made by Immersed. And Immersed is actually a software company known for their Immersed app, which is an app made for work, where you could see several screens in virtual reality, and therefore simply having more screens to work on when you're working on your computer, on your laptop. So very, very cool. And they thought, you know what? We need a headset that could give users exactly that, the best quality to use their Immersed app on. And they were pitching this idea to all the headset companies, and none of them actually wanted to do it. So they thought they would do it by themselves, well, together with Qualcomm and Intel. And that is now the Visor. It's a headset made for work, right? So you plug it into your computer and you use the Immersed app. And this is a mixed reality headset with micro OLED displays, which have a 4K resolution, just like the Apple Vision Pro, or there's also a 2.5K version, which has the same resolution like the Big Screen Beyond. It has 100 degrees field of view, so way better than those augmented reality headsets, which only have like 50. It has its own 6DOF tracking with built-in cameras. It has pass-through, color pass-through, made by 2 cameras. I totally got that wrong, by the way. I thought it was only like a depth incorrect pass-through. No, it has 2 cameras, 2 RGB cameras, and a depth sensor. And the cameras, according to Renji Bijoy, the founder, are supposed to have like a 4 times higher resolution than the best thing that's on the market right now. So it sounds like a pretty amazing package there. It also has the XR2 chipset, so you could also use that wirelessly with your computer. So if you want to go to the whiteboard to draw something, you don't need to be connected. But in general, it is a wired connection to give you the highest kind of quality. And also it uses a battery pack just like the Apple Vision Pro. And then the unbelievable thing happened. He talked about the price. This device is priced at $750 only for the 4K version and $500 for the 2.5K version. Wow, that was quite exciting to find out about. So, what do you think about it, Tetiana? What are your thoughts about the Visor?
My thoughts about the Visor is that I wish it was a gaming headset.
You're right. Right. I did mention this exactly. It is for work. It is for the Immersed app.
Yeah.
Renji said it is an OpenXR headset, so they allow people to mod it, and I suspect that people are going to mod some kind of OpenXR runtime on it, so you can do your Microsoft Flight Simulator, or that is my hope. I don't know. So this is not a Steam VR headset. Exactly. Go on,
Yeah,
Tatiana.
I'm sure of it. So it's just that I think about it. It looks so good, and I always wish, like, man, when are we gonna get like this kind of form factor and quality for like VR gaming? But of course, I think that it is even more important for work, because if you're working, you gotta be able to spend like hours and hours, just like you do in front of your screen. The problem is that I haven't seen much success of any of the headsets, to be used for work, primarily because of the comfort and quality. Like, we're yet to see that. Quest Pro tried that. Apple is obviously trying to do that. We're going to see how it works. And now it's another one that's trying to focus on work. But I don't know. Historically, there hasn't been much success in just focusing the, business and work and productivity, because it's a huge paradigm shift that they're attempting here. To switch people from working on a screen to working in VR is like a big, it undertake what's the word? Basically, they're trying to
Undertaking or
undertaking. Yes. So I kind of still think that if they address the gaming aspect at least maybe a little bit, maybe they'll attract some people. Obviously, we will still get it because we're in the VR field and we will want to test it. A regular consumer, $750, we know it's not a lot. Like, we know for what it is, it's not. It's a great price. It's cheaper than what we already seen. Will a regular consumer buy it if they already have everything they do for work? They're already productive. They already have monitors. Why do they need to spend $750 to change what they're doing?
That is exactly what people thought about the iPad. Why would I need an iPad? I have an iPhone, and now everybody's using it. What are your thoughts, Eric, about the visor?
So I was exactly in Tatiana's camp until Thursday, and I'll explain why. Two things. Renji Bitjoy, the CEO and founder, is extremely intelligent and makes a compelling case for this headset that I started to listen to and I kept an open mind about, and he's kind of turned me around a little bit on this. The other thing that the other reason I think this headset could be viable is because of the Immersed app itself. So you can't talk about the visor unless you talk about Immersed. Immersed is, whether we use it or not, there are a lot of people out there that do use Immersed. Immersed is a very popular app to use.
Right.
And, because it is very much a workflow app, and you can have 5 screens, and then why would you want 5 screens, or why don't you just use your monitor at home? Because you can use it anywhere. You don't have to be locked in front of your desk. You could be on your couch. You could be in your bed. You could be at a coffee shop. And also, most people only don't have a big monitor. Like, I have a big, huge monitor. I have 5 monitors set up here, so it's easy for me to do. What about the person that's only running off of a laptop? It's all they have, a 15-inch screen. What if I told you, for instead of buying a whole setup that's going to cost you thousands of dollars, that for $750, I can give you 5 50-inch monitors in front of your face, and you can operate in that environment, but you can do it comfortably. You can do it without any stress on your head. You can do it in virtual reality, so you get the distractions of your real world out of it. You can be wherever you want to be, on a beach, or you can be in a beautiful conference room. To do things in VR, but do them comfortably, but work proficiently, is a big deal. Now, it's not a big deal to me because this is not something I do, but my partner Todd, my channel partner Todd, who I do Q2C VR Gamer with, this is exactly what he does. He works with his Quest Pro in Immersed. He's been working in it for over a year and a half. Because I said, Todd, sell me on this, because it doesn't make sense to me. And he made a compelling case. And then when Renji came on and told us about this, the Immersed app is what makes this headset viable, because you can't really have one without the other, to the point where he said, nobody else wants to make this headset. We need it. We already have a lot of people playing, in our app working. How do we get more? The only way to get more is to make a headset that is small enough to get people to want to be in it all the time. And that's what they had to go do. Now, he said a lot of people want to make this. A lot of tech companies wanted to. He pitched this, and they all said, yes, this sounds amazing. And he said, great, you'll help me. And they said, no, we won't, because it's not, it's for them, for a big tech company, it makes no sense. It's too small of a use case. But for somebody like them, it makes a lot of sense to do something like this, because their hardware will help them sell their software. And here's where I think it's really good. And then the other point I want to make with this, everybody needs to remember this. This is an unlocked headset, which means you can sideload anything onto this headset. So you will be able to, I guarantee you're going to be able to have Steam on here. You're probably going to be able to have Steam VR on here. You're definitely right now, basically it's you're running this headset off your laptop or your PC computer. So you're going to be able to play flat screen games in this thing, just like you would, but on a 200 or 300, inch monitor, in front of your face. So there will be gaming in this. It's not just immersed you're going to be able to do in here. So I have quickly switched over from very skeptical to completely on board with this headset, and I am looking forward to what they could possibly do with it. The form factor here blows me away. I'm sorry I talked so long.
No, it's great. And again, I can only second this, but I was not even skeptical in the beginning, because this is exactly what I want. I'm working quite often with my MacBook Air when I'm out and about. I have this RV, do you call it RV? This camping thing where I can drive around and live in it if I want to. So and then I only have this small screen to work with of my MacBook Air, 13-inch, not good enough to really do lots of work. So I could buy like physical monitors, but they would take all my space in that caravan. So no. But if this could really give me what they promise, as in like virtual monitors that are so good in quality that I cannot make the differentiation if they are real or not, come on, really shut up and take my money. And especially, really, I totally mean it, because $750 is going to be way cheaper than buying all these real monitors to allow me to have this 5 monitor setup that I can really do productive work with, no matter if I am in my caravan or in a plane flying from Taiwan back to Germany. This is exactly what I want. And I already love these AR headsets, right? Xreal, Viture, Rokit. I love them. I love them for watching a movie, and basically for watching a movie and playing some Steam Deck on that nice screen. And I tried to work with it. I tried it with the Xreal. And yes, the quality is there in terms of the visuals, but that super small FOV kills it. I cannot work with it. I cannot work with these headsets because the FOV is too small. So if this device now gives me that perfectly 6DF tracked experience, which also the AR headsets don't give me at all, right? It's strange. Come on, really, shut up and take my money. This is exactly what I want. And I don't care about that this is not a Steam VR headset. Actually, in reverse, I think it's smart to completely focus on this use case and kill it, instead of trying to be the jack of all trades like other companies that we talked about in the show, right? And then not really like owning the Steam VR aspect if it's not perfect. So just kill this one use case, make it amazing, and I'm totally on board with you. If there is some benefits, like somebody mods in Microsoft Flight Simulator later, yes. And I'm totally with it also, because I believe that for gaming, there are amazing headsets. Big Screen Beyond is amazing. Other headsets are amazing. Quest 3 is going to be amazing. Pico 5 is going to be amazing. I'm good with this use case. Now there's Apple Vision Pro. It will show us this other use case, the virtual screens, right? For your MacBook, for your stuff. But now you have this here, which basically also wants to be big in this kind of use case, but also for Windows machines, also for Linux machines at 1/7 of the price. I think it's a genius strategy. I really, really think it's a friggin' genius strategy. And the only thing that I hope is that this will become a real product. Because unfortunately, as great as everything looks, I must tell you that nobody that I know has looked through it and told me, yes, it is exactly as it looks. So I still must bring people down a bit. I need to see it first. I really need to see it first, that it works just like this. I need to see that it's exactly as good as it is here. So right now we're imagining that it's as good as it is, right? And I do, and yes, Renji makes an amazing case for how amazing this could be, but I have to see it for myself before I could recommend people to spend the full amount of money that they're asking right now in their pre-order campaign to give it to them, you know? So I really need to see that first.
I hope it works. I hope it works
I hope
because
I'm rooting for them. I'm
one
rooting for
thing
them.
I was kind of considering buying, there are those monitor inserts that you can put on top of your laptop screen, and then it opens up like a
Oh
book,
yeah,
and then you
yeah.
have
Those
a
are
3
cool.
monitor setup. Those are cool. They're not cheap either, but I was really kind of considering them for when I'm on the go, somewhere I'm, traveling, and I would like to edit a video or something, because that's, I need more than one screen to edit a video. And that is the main reason why the only place like in the world where I edit videos is right here, like at this desk, because I have my 3 monitors here, I have my PC, and I kind of do it here. And I would love to do it elsewhere.
Wait, could you imagine doing your this is what I think of. Think about you, Tetiana, doing your editing, but the screen is huge, and you can look at every little tiny thing on that when you're editing. Because editing is a lot of very fine movements and exact things. And if you can see your screen so much bigger in front of you when you're editing, that would be amazing for people like us.
See, that's why I hope that they will succeed. But it's not even about having the screen bigger or better. I'm okay with having just regular, very realistic looking monitors or screens that look like monitors, but anywhere. So I can go like downstairs and be with my baby, or I can travel to Ukraine and stay there, with my parents, or I can travel to Europe and just have like a Euro tour and still work on my videos while I'm in the hotel or something. I mean, that kind of mobility, it gives you freedom. And we kind of work online, like we work from home, but that's the thing, we work from home. It's very hard to do any work when you're not at home, even when you don't have to like physically be in the office. So I really hope that they will succeed in that, because I love this idea. But just like with everything, I mean, every trailer, every presentation has been like, this is the best product you've ever seen. And inevitably, we find something to complain about, because this is not ready, this is not a good quality, that one looks fuzzy.
Software makes such a big difference. We know it, right?
So let's tone down our expectations.
Yeah, it's also good for them. It's good for them as well to tone down the expectations.
Yeah, recognize the benefits that this can bring, but also accept the fact that this is probably, gonna need multiple iterations until we get it right. Like, I don't think the first try is going to be like, yes, this is the future of working, remotely and working in AR. But it might be a very big step. Yeah. Me too. Like, I want it.
Like, we all want it, right? Yeah, we all want it, but yeah, like software just makes such a big difference. Like, I trust I trust Apple that they're going to hit it out of the ballpark with the Apple Vision Pro in terms of that it really works like they have shown it in their amazing presentation. I trust them, right? But for this, I hope it would, but we don't know yet. Would it really work? It also has eye tracking and hand tracking, by the way, right? So they can do the same stuff that Apple does. But do they have the resources to pull it off? We will have to see it first, right? So let's wait and see.
Yeah, and they're also claiming the pass-through.
Yeah, right.
They're also claiming the pass-through is going to be the best pass-through that you will see. So Renji is talking about making sure that the pass-through is so good that you can read your phone without having to ever take your headset off. So that the pass-through and what the resolution that has to be able to see that type of detail. I mean, that is workflow. Like if you don't have to like peek down through your headset to do something, that's workflow.
It'll be so interesting to see all those like comparisons of Quest 3 pass-through versus Apple Vision Pro, because they both have depth sensors, right? This one, Visor, will have a depth sensor as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
No, I am fully expecting to be able to just like get my phone and write a quick text or something. Like if it's anything, like I think at this point with all the hype that's going around pass-through, if it's anything worse than I can be in VR without removing my headset and talk to people and be functional, then it's a fail. At this point, with all the promotion, with all the hype going on, it has to be that kind of level. Like we're done. We're past black and white pass through and fuzzy colors.
We are.
Get something real now.
Yeah, I so root for them. I so root for them. I hope this becomes just as amazing as it looks, because in terms of the design, yeah, just well done, just well done. Like all the stuff that's inside, it's like stunning to put it into this kind of form factor. And I totally agree that I would wear this in a plane or in a Starbucks and work. Right, this kind of design, it's even less crazy as compared to the Apple Vision Pro. The Apple Vision Pro is quite a big headset, and you might still feel a bit funny to wear the Apple Vision Pro in a Starbucks.
Yeah, with your eye, your creepy eyes.
Yeah, with the creepy eyes, exactly. But who knows? Probably it works. Probably the eyes work. I don't know yet. Probably.
I mean, I want it. I want it.
Yeah, we
I
will
want those
buy
creepy
it.
eyes.
I know, me too.
They're creepy.
So, and I will wear the Apple Vision Pro in public. But this is, even in terms of how it looks, it's even more acceptable, and you don't even need the kind of Apple brand identity to make it viable. This really this is interesting. This is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp you are. I mean, I have tempered optimism. Like I was in a no-go before before I talked to Renji. I'm like, I don't see it. I don't understand it. You need to explain this to me. And then after getting into Immersed a little bit more, the app itself, and then understanding a little bit more of what he sees for the future of this headset, I am I'm optimistic and hopeful that it's good. I would not recommend anybody to go out and early bird buy this thing. I'm not saying to do that at all. I think everybody should wait when people like myself and Tetiana and Sebastian get a chance to test these things out. Come back to MRTV, come back to Disco VR and my channel, and we'll tell you guys that we'll give you our honest opinions of what these things are. Just as we always do. So I would just, like I said, everybody be patient and wait, and we'll let everybody know.
Cool. You know what? I'm going to start a poll. This is too interesting. Are you going to buy the Immersed Visor? Yes. No. And I'll wait for reviews first. Okay. So please give us your vote and let us know what are your thoughts about the Immersed Visor. Interesting. Yeah. That's gonna be an interesting one.
I would say maybe check out the app too. Go check out Immersed and see, because that's what you're going to be mainly using it for. It's free.
Exactly. That's It's really good. It's really good that we can check out the Immersed app right now on basically everything that's out there. I personally like it. I think it's great. So that even helps with making that decision, or your own, forming your own opinion about the company, and about the product. So do you want this, what you get now with the Pico 4 and the Quest 2? Do you want this in a super high resolution with that form factor? So, will be super, super interesting. Well, exciting stuff. I'm really excited about everything that's going on. What a week it has been.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's only going to get busier, I feel like, as we're stepping into the busiest time of the year for VR.
Exactly. So that is a perfect segue to the next topic, which is the Meta Connect. We did talk about it last week already, but now I want to hear your opinion, Eric and Tetiana. So Tetiana, what are your thoughts about Meta Connect? Are you looking forward to it? And how much are you anticipating the Quest 3? And do you think it's going to be as big as a success like the Quest 2? Oh man, so many questions. I hope you noted them down.
I am looking forward to Connect. I do want to see what they're going to present. About Meta Quest 3, dang it, I really wanted to be the sensation that Quest 2 was. And I think that specs-wise, it's going to be. Because I truly want to believe that Meta learned from their mistakes with Quest Pro. They now have a fully kind of gaming or mixed reality focused headset that's not doing that working, like productivity, business, enterprise focus that Quest Pro had. And I want to see a headset that's fully dedicated to gaming, whether it's in VR or in pass through. I do think that the price is going to impede it a little bit. And I'm not saying that the price is unreasonable. I think it's okay, but it's still not $299. And that was the
Right.
sensation back then when Quest 3 was out.
Quest 2.
They probably were losing money on it, and that was
A
the
lot.
strategy. And that in combination with how awesome Quest 2 was and how different and revolutionary it was, for a standalone, for the quality of a standalone headset. I made a video about it. Really, like, I was trying to compare the prices even in that, like, to tell people that it's not that much. I think $499, like, if you take inflation into account, it's almost as much as the buying power of Quest 2 back in 2020. But I don't think people are gonna care. I think people are only gonna care that the price tag is higher than Quest 2, and it's not gonna be like, it's already out of range of the impulse purchase. Like, it's not gonna be an easy decision, like a gimmicky Christmas gift or birthday gift that someone can get just to see if they like it or not. So only
Yep.
that would be the reason why it's probably not gonna be as big, not so fast at least. But I hope that it will get there eventually, because I do have a lot of hope and faith that Quest 3 is going to be the next best standalone headset, which also best like mixed reality applications. Because let's not forget, it has the biggest game library. No one can compete with that, both standalone and PC VR.
Not even
That will-
Pimax.
With their tens and tens of games on their
Oh,
store.
tens and tens.
And yeah, that's I'm not gonna take too much time with that. Short answer, yes, I'm really looking forward to it, and I cannot wait to try the Quest 3. I think it's going to be the next big step in standalone VR and PC VR.
Cool. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Tetiana. Absolutely. So Eric, what are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, number one, I'm really looking forward to MetaConnect. I'm glad it's somewhat back in person again. It's not the OC6 that we saw in the past where everybody's invited to go, but I am going to go. I did get a chance to go, so I will be out there live for it. So I'm excited for it. I hope it's something special. I hope we see the Quest 3. I hope we get some hands-on time with it. Fingers crossed. And then the Quest 3 itself, I am kind of along the same lines as Tetiana. I think it will be somewhat close to the Quest 2. I don't think it will be the exact same hype and popularity as the Quest 2, but I think it will be big. One thing that will help it, especially for the holiday season, no big consoles to buy this year, right? For people. I mean, they're out there, PlayStation 5, Xbox, but they've been out there now for a long time in their cycle. So if people are looking for a tech present for, someone out there, they probably already have a PlayStation 5, or they don't want a PlayStation 5, or they already have an Xbox, or they don't want the Xbox. So there's not a big console that's out this year or out last year that you need to go get for somebody. So the Quest 3 is viable. It is here. It is going to be a little bit more expensive, but I think what's in it is really, really good. And I think it's definitely worth the money. So I think it will be a big hit. And I think the games that are announced along with it, because of some of the high profileness of those games, I think will draw people in as well. So I think we'll see that kind of a hit, that AAA games that we're looking for being announced around the launch of the headset will definitely help. So I'm extremely excited for it. We need a big hit right now. Like PlayStation to me has not fulfilled what we thought it was with the PlayStation VR 2. To me, they've lagged
Dropped the
behind.
ball, I would
They
call
have
it.
completely dropped the ball. Good word for it, because
Right.
they have. And so right now, VR, it needs a boost. It needs a shot. We need a home run from somebody. And I want that to be Meta. Now, I know not everybody loves Meta out there. I get it. But everybody that's watching this, I assume, loves virtual reality. So you maybe don't want to root for Meta, but root for VR and root for this headset to do well, because we need it. Like right now, we need it. We need an infusion of excitement. We need an infusion of new people in VR. We need a new infusion of games in VR that we all want to play. And I think this will help us get there.
Yep, absolutely. Going to second that.
Well said.
I talked about it already last week, so I'm not going to go deeply into it, but I can just say, yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, even though, I was like totally against Meta for that forced Facebook login, right? I was like the guy, right, with here, don't do this. But I've completely. They have reversed that, so I'm totally appreciating how much they do for VR, and absolutely root for the Quest 3. And just like many others will do, I will heavily talk about it on the channel because I am myself truly excited. And this excitement, I will, as you always know, when I'm excited, I will not feel shy to convey that to you. So I am truly looking forward to that Quest 3 and what it can do. Nice, nice. So let's talk a bit about the anticipated Valve party crash. I hope it's going to happen. I truly hope it's going to happen. Everything points into this direction, right? We're all enjoying to follow Brad's tweets,
Yeah. What did Brad
Bradley's
say?
tweets about
Did he
it.
say
Like
it's coming?
everybody's like, what's no? I do this. I love to be on his Twitter and check it out and see what new thing he came up with.
He's right around the
So
corner from me now. I could drive over to his house and ask him.
perfect. Do it. So the chatter is getting so loud. It's not chatter anymore, right? It's like shouting. Something's going to happen. So right now, if I follow it correctly, it seems like there's going to be some kind of new Steam machine, some kind of hardware, something that people can connect with their TV probably, and it's some kind of console where you can play Steam VR games. And this console probably also, or very probably also, can make it easier to connect to this Deckard, this mysterious VR headset from Valve, which probably is the Index 2. This is where I see it right now. And the question was, is this device a dedicated machine for VR? Or is it more like a console and you can play all the Steam VR games like you can do on the Steam Deck, but in a better, with higher specs, so you can play more current games on this device, but on your TV, and it also can do VR. So I'm in that camp. I do think it's something like Steam Deck, but higher spec, so you can play really all Steam games, all 2D games on your TV, just like as if it was a console. That makes more sense to me than this being just for Deckard, because VR doesn't really sell. That's what I think. Eric, what are your thoughts on this?
100% agree. I don't know if everybody remembers, but back when, like, right around the time the DK1 was launched, the original Kickstarter with Palmer Luckey, Steam had come out that year at CES and unveiled their Steam Box. And if you don't remember what the Steam Box is, it was supposed to be exactly what we're looking at now. This was a standalone console device that you could play your Steam library through. This was in 2000 and what was that, 16? Or 15. So this was back then. Now it didn't do well. It failed. That's because it was open sourced, and it wasn't just Valve who was making that Steam Box. They had actually given it up to several other companies to make their own version of the Steam Box to use with Steam VR. So ultimately it failed, but I think it failed because, number one, the use case, it was just that, a console in a market of a ton of consoles, and two, they gave it up to everybody else and didn't do it in-house. Now you have them working on that technology for years, getting it right. Now they're ready for this Steam, whatever they're going to call it, this Steam console that they're going to release, that you're going to be allowed to play VR on. That gives you another use case for something like this. This makes perfect sense now to combo it and make it right. So I think they've had all this time to kind of work on their vision that they had way back then. And now if they can kind of like pair it with a headset, that makes so much sense because, like you said, VR is niche, right? So if you just made it for VR, that doesn't make sense. But if you make it for everything and you add VR, then you get two whole different audiences that you can sell this product to. That makes complete sense to me. So
Exactly. Just like
I
PS5.
just hope, yeah, exactly. I just hope we see it next week. Like, I want that. Like, I want them to come in and go, boom, here it is, right on
We gotta
Meta
buy
Connect
it.
Day. Boom, here it is. You
Exactly.
can get it, this spring, 2024.
Checking VR news every morning.
I know.
Is there any
It's gonna
new
happen.
announcements? Any new crazy drops there?
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's crazy
happen.
time. It's crazy times.
What do you think, Tetiana? Is that something that would excite you? Something like the Steam Deck, but for your TV that can also do VR?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm all for like console kind of solutions that are pre-made for you. You don't need to like build your computers. You don't need to build your setups. I mean, I'm all for accessibility in all kinds of gaming. That's why I started my gaming journey, like the ones that I'm actually proud of on console, not on PC. So I'm a console player, uh, just because you know that it's gonna work and you don't have to worry about any of the variables that you're responsible for. And I mean, that's the way for accessibility, right? Both in VR and regular gaming. I hope to see that. I don't know if I will be playing it too much if it comes out. There's just too
Yeah,
much.
we just have so
too
much
much to
time, right? We
do.
have
I
to
know.
try it all. Crazy.
Yeah, but no, of course it excites me. Of course, I hope that it's not gonna be next week. There's just too much happening. Like, have mercy
Yeah,
on
right.
us content creators. Just like pace it out a bit, would you? But I will be checking Twitters and news every day, just like I do now.
Right, right. So, wow, super exciting. I also hope it drops exactly, just like Eric. I do hope it drops next week. I do understand that we will have our hands full,
Oh, it'll
obviously,
be busy.
but I still want it. I just want that moment. You know, when some people are live streaming the Connect, and I believe I was also live streaming the Connect when they dropped the index, and I was just like, what? And everything happened live. This moment of surprise in the faces of us VR content creators is like priceless. So I want it. I want it. It was so exciting last time, and I want that SteamMachine. And hopefully it comes with an exciting headset as well, right? That would like have wireless PC VR built in. That makes it viable to play Half-Life Alyx easily without having to buy a gaming PC. Because yeah, it's still the same thing. Like the general public, they are not going to buy a gaming PC. This brick, right? This is, I don't know, $1,000 brick where you have to know about 4090 and these kind of things. You know, I'm talking. I know we are those guys, right? We understand it, but the general public is not, and they'd rather have like a sexy console, the SteamMachine or whatever it's going to be called, that they put under their TV. It friggin' works, and you even get Half-Life Alyx on it if you buy that other console, that other headset, the new headset.
Oh my
Right?
god, that would be so incredible! Like, it would be
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
cool.
they could make it. I truly believe they could make exactly
Yeah,
that.
I do hope that it'll come. I mean, if it comes next week, I'll still cover it, and I'll
Oh my
still get
God,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
holy crap!
I'll be
This
like
is
a kid at
amazing.
Christmas time if this happens next week. It would be like you said, for the creators and us, it would be kind of a nightmare. But for me, as like as an enthusiast and person who loves what the tech part of it and the gaming part of it, I will probably be almost in tears if this happens.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then if it just opens the door for more people to try Half-Life Alyx, that would be great. Also, could it reinvigorate PC VR? Because honestly, we don't get a lot of high-class AAA games anymore for PC VR, right? And honestly, I'm a bit angry also at Valve that they did not follow up on Half-Life Alyx. It was that one thing where they just showed up, here, this is how good it can be. Take it and do something about it, but not themselves. So I do feel they did abandon that software part quite a bit after Half-Life Alyx, right? So hopefully they could do something about it. Yeah, well, they don't need to, right? They are so cool and they have that money printing machine. They don't need to. They just do what they ever feel like. But I truly hope they would pick it up a bit more and simply give us more for PC VR because it needs invigorating, right?
Yeah,
Eric,
they
what are your or Tetiana, what are your
Oh,
thoughts about it?
just they're underestimating the power of gaming on a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in front of a TV. Isn't that why most people play like PlayStation and Xbox, just because they can be in the comfort in their living room and not in front
I gotta admit, I love my
PC?
Steam Deck with my Roku glasses. I mean, have you done
Wow.
this combo? I
All the
can't play-
time. I love it.
I can't play
I
my
love
Steam
it.
Deck without it. Like a lot of
Yeah,
times,
the
I
colors
like
are
I
so
always,
much better.
yeah, I always did it when I was traveling. Like I always did it like on a plane or if like and I would just because I have it with them. Then I started doing it like at home. I just break them out. I'm on the couch and I'm playing like Vampire Survivor or Hades, and I have this huge screen in front of me instead of
I love it.
a little tiny screen, and
Yeah.
it's so good. So yeah,
One
I
of the
mean,
best use cases for those glasses.
oh yeah, no, it's so gaming is great. Like that's why I think gaming on any kind of visor, like the visor or any kind of small headset, will be fantastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever Valve brings, because I know it's going to be quality. It'll be good. They take their time, right? They're on their own pace. They're on their own timeline. Valve doesn't give a shit when we want anything. They're going to give it to us when they want to give it to us. Yeah, there they are. There's the
Sometimes
Rokid.
they are.
They're so
They're
great.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also have
timing.
some lying around here, the Witcher ones. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We it's so much fun. Love
Just
it.
showing up for
We
attack.
show up.
Yeah,
We got our
like,
Rokid
we
right
got
here.
all
the
the
Rokid.
stuff. We got all. I have the Rokid also there, and I have the X-Reel in my living room. Ah, it's fantastic.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
Really
that
good.
stuff.
It's
Really
really
good.
worth it. Like I mean, there's a lot of things out there that you're like, yeah, it's kind of a waste of money on that, but the Rokids
But
are
that-
really cool. And the Unreal. I mean, I tried both, and the Vitcher are cool too.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Really loving them all, actually. Yeah, we are show-offs. That's true, Birdie. Schnuggle Fritz.
Well,
I
we
like
have
your
all
name.
the stuff.
Bertie
Just-
Schnuggle Fritz.
But you know what? It's nice to be able to show up that we do what we say, right? Like I have my Steam Deck right here. I have my Roku glasses right here. I got my,
Right.
this is where, when we say we use these things, we really do.
Exactly. That is absolutely true. Yeah, cool. Very cool. So let's see what Valve does. We all hope for that crazy announcement, even though, yeah, probably lots of work for us. Exactly. Yeah, but there is another company that wants to kind of crash the party, or that kind of want to make themselves being talked about, because we had some leaks. I truly don't believe that are like leaks. They are planted leaks, in my opinion, and they come from Pico. So first of all, which is not even a leak, which is like super official, as I mentioned in the very beginning, there was a video on the Chinese YouTube, which is called Bilibili, and it is about a YouTuber who is discussing the new controller, the new Pico controller, which is just as ringless as the Quest 3 controller. So he's talking about it, and then he goes to the Pico headquarters in Beijing, and he talks to the person in charge of that thing, and they discuss it. And yeah, it is for the Pico 5, of course, right? So yeah, it is basically official. There is going to be a Pico 5, and it's going to have a ringless controller, just like the Quest 3. So Pico 5 confirmed. But now what is more interesting, there's a sheet, like a timeline sheet, which is flowing through the discords of all the VR YouTube channels. And in this sheet, we see a timeline of Pico 5, Pico 5 Pro, and Pico 5 Pro Max. And I'm going to show this to you right now. And in this sheet, we don't only see the timeline of these devices, with Pico 4 slated for an April release, April 2024, but also the specs of these devices. And very interesting to see the direct comparison. Pico 5 has a higher resolution than Quest 3 with 2560 by 2560. It has the same chip. And same, controllers, ringless, infrared track, the same stuff. Pancake, second generation optics compared to Pancake first generation of the Quest 3. So also a bump up here. And price also around $500. Release date 21st of April 2024. So all the specs a bit bumped up, just like Pico 4 was better than Quest 2. Interesting. Pico 5, another step up, but now the interesting thing. Pico 5 Pro Max. 4K resolution per eye, 3840 by 3840. So really, really high, even more than 4K. XR2 Gen 2, same like Pico 5 and Quest 3, but on top of that, customized camera management chip and DisplayPort direct connection chip, DP DisplayPort, the stuff that we want, that we already wanted with the Pico 4, the stuff that enthusiasts really want, so that you can plug it into your 4090 PC, right? Us enthusiasts, and really use that 3840 by 3840 pixels per eye. Super exciting.
Greedy. Only one. That's so greedy. Like, everyone was complaining about Pico 4 not having it, and they're like, we're gonna give it to you, but only if you pay the maximum price for it. Because they saw how much people were complaining and wanted it.
People wanted it, exactly. So yeah, it seems to be like this high-end device that we want, right? Like for 8,000 RMB, if somebody could just exchange that to dollars, probably it's more than $1,000, I believe, 1,200 or what. Please, somebody make that check it out.
I think it's $1,099.
Okay, okay, all right.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. So wow, this looks super exciting for us enthusiasts, and I'm telling you, I truly believe, I believe that this spec sheet and this timeline is real. It makes too much sense. Like the specs, right, of these displays. These are real displays that are out already, that have been shown on different kind of expos. So this is real. This is happening. The timeline makes so much sense for them. So this will be like 2 years after the Pico 4. Perfect timing. Then Pico 5 Pro Max a bit later. And then they finally do the thing with the display port, which the community had asked them about, right? So for a long time. So I truly believe this could be a real thing. This kind of sheet, it could happen. So what are your thoughts about this sheet, about the Pico 5? First of all, Tetiana, do you also think this was planted by Pico? And do you believe that people in Europe who already enjoy the Pico 4, which is an amazing headset, are now, because of that leak, are thinking about not buying the Quest 3 but waiting for the Pico 5?
I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around it. So I'm looking through the specs. One kind of question I have is, the Pico 5, I quickly did the conversion, is $479 US, almost the same
Yeah.
price as
Yeah,
Quest
very
3.
similar.
But
Mhm.
do we have any information about the storage options? Because I feel like that's
Right.
going to be a
It's
big
missing here now.
big
Yeah.
deal. Because Quest 3, that price is for how much?
Probably the price. The price. This is for the small version of the Quest 3, right?
Yeah, which we don't know.
Yeah.
They haven't come out and said yet what the
Yeah,
small version
you're
is going to
right.
be, a
You're right.
128 or a 256. We don't know yet,
Exactly.
really.
We have to
Okay,
find out.
yeah. I think that's a little bit of a missing piece of information,
You're
because
right.
it's 128, right? Then it's like when Quest 2 was released with 64, and then the games were released that wouldn't even fit on a headset like that. With
You're
this
right.
next generation of gaming, like Asgard's Wrath 2, I don't even know if, very soon we will probably get AAA titles that won't even fit on 128. I don't know. I think that's going to be an important factor here, whether to
Mhm.
whether I would choose to buy Quest 3 or Pico 5, or people would, if they're planned to play standalone games. Is even the storage going to be enough there, and what's the difference going to be between different
Yeah.
storages? So yeah, I'm going to think about it some more.
Right. So, what are your thoughts about this, Eric? Do you think this is, first of all, valid? Do you think this could be real? And same question for you. No, for you, another question. Do you think that Pico is finally going to come out in the States to compete against Meta?
So yeah, there's a couple. There's a lot to unpack there. I think
Yeah.
I think definitely that it is real. I think it makes a lot, like you said, it makes a lot of sense. We know that the Pico 5 was coming. I've known that for over a year. They talked about it at CES last year. Pico 5 was coming. So whether these are the 100% specs of it, it remains to be seen, but I think it probably makes sense. I mean, they're not going to come out with another headset that has an XR Gen 1 chip, so I believe it's definitely going to be a Gen 2 chip. It makes sense that they're going to have pancake lenses. I would make sense that they probably do have a next generation or a new iteration on pancake lenses. So yeah, I mean, I do think that it makes sense that all these things that we're seeing here, probably are true. Price wise, that remains to be seen. We'll have to see. And like you said, storage remains to be seen. To me, what I'm looking at here looks like one of the best PC VR headsets that I'd want to have.
Exactly. I just wanted to
Yeah.
say, like, wow, the Pico 5 Pro Max, this might be the Pimax Varjo killer.
Right.
This is like a real competition for them.
Yeah, and this is where I think they haven't kind of like jumped out at. Like they want to go standalone, right? They want to compete with Meta in the standalone market, and they just haven't been able to. And the answer you kind of combines with that to your other question is, are they going to be viable in that case if they don't launch in North America? Now, the
Right.
only thing that would point me in the direction of that it's possible is we do know that a few months back, the Pico Neo 3 Link was approved for sale in North America. Now,
Really? Okay.
yeah, what that exactly means for either the Pico 4, which doesn't make any sense now if this is true, the Pico 5 is coming, doesn't make sense to even worry about the Pico 4 coming to North America. But does this open a door for Pico to get the Pico 5 into North America? So that, to me, all the success of Pico relies on getting this thing to North America. Now, will they be successful if they only launch in China and Europe? They will. There's levels of success, right? Like I think they can be
Right.
successful, but will they be successful like where they want to be successful, and that's to compete with Meta or compete with some of these others on a high-end PC VR headset? Then I think they have to launch in North America. They have to figure out a way to do this to hit all that market. So yes, I am 100% on board with this headset as a PC VR headset. As a standalone, well, that remains to be seen what the store looks like and if they can get into
Well,
North
it's
America.
it's probably going to be the same store like now. And well, I'm in Europe most of the time in Germany, and I'm watching the store. It is great now. Like
Yeah.
all the most of the games, like 99% probably, it's coming out the same time now. Like on Quest, it is a full-blown nice store with lots of things to play. So yeah, so the Pico 5 Pro Max is basically what the Crystal wants to be, but most probably made in a way that really works. So yeah, I do think that this is going to be a real competition. And again, Pimax should drop that Portal VR and try to get back to this super high, bleeding edge PC VR headset that people want. So for Pico entering the US market, I hope that they would do it, but they would be rattling on some doors that they don't want to rattle on. So it's the political thing, the political aspect. They are so afraid of being banned, just like Huawei has been banned, and that nearly killed Huawei, right? In Europe for sure. Who wants to have a phone without a Google Play Store nowadays, right? This is just an example. So they are really afraid to enter that market because it comes with so much risk for their company, right? If TikTok, if that all gets banned together with the headsets, it's going to be game over. Or it's really, really dangerous for them to go into the US market. So unfortunately, the political stuff plays into it, and therefore we cannot be sure that they try it. I would hope for them to try it, obviously, right? Because I know the Pico 4 is so amazing, and I'm still loving the Pico 4. It's unbelievable how it can compete against other headsets. It's crazy. So I'm so looking forward to the Pico 5, and I do believe that in Europe, some people who now love the Pico 4, they will actually not blindly buy the Quest 3. They will probably wait a bit and just to find out, okay, how will that February preview of the Pico 5 look like, right? Especially if they're not buying every single headset, right? Like me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's smart that they have leaked it themselves, for sure, and it's exciting. It's just getting more and more exciting, and it just shows us, cool, Pico is still in the game. They are not giving it up, and hopefully they will also go for the US and world market. I would love that. I would love if that would work, because it does look again that the Pico devices are going to be technically better than what Meta has to offer. But does it say something about eye tracking? Here, eye tracking, yes. The Pico 5 Pro has eye tracking, just like the Pico 4 Pro had eye tracking. So yeah, good. So this will even be better than the Quest 3 in terms of eye tracking.
Can you imagine the landscape of VR possibly at this time next year, where you could have a Quest 3, possibly a Quest 3 Lite or a cheaper version of the Quest 3 out? You could have a Valve Index headset. You could have a Pico 5. You could have, the second year of PlayStation VR 2. You could have this Visor headset. Apple Vision Pro will be out. This next 8 to 12 months is going to be freaking insane. VR is like alive and ready to flow. Look at all these headsets. These companies are not making these headsets to fail. If they didn't believe in virtual reality, there's no way that they would all be putting all this money into these. So crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
feel like we're saying it every year, and every year it's true. And every
Yeah.
year it's bigger and better and more, and it will never stop. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Like it is, we're getting there. We're truly, truly getting there. And starting from next year, we have Apple there, like this, the biggest company in the world who has a device who has a device ready, and this device is just going to be better and cheaper, and more people will use it. So I'm happy that we're in this business together, guys. Really,
Me too.
like it's great that we're here. It's great that we're here now. This will become the most important podcast in the world in a few years.
Love it.
Hopefully. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing to be in this industry, and so happy that we're all in this together here and enjoying it. 144 people watching this right now. Who knows? In a year or two, it might be 444.
It should be. It deserves to be. Everybody should
Yeah.
be watching.
I
Yep.
hope so. I hope so. Wow. Really, really exciting. What a cool show. What a super cool show. So enjoyed it to speak with both of you. Obviously, really love to speak with you every time, and glad that we get to know each other through this industry, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
yeah.
It's like it's such a big change, like a life change. I guess for everyone who
Right.
started the VR journey, just entered this extremely close knit community of VR gamers, enthusiasts, developers. It's like a whole new world. It's super exciting for us to be a part of it, and everyone who's watching is a part of it too, because you're here, you're listening,
Yeah,
you're contributing to it, voicing your opinions in the comments.
Exactly. And also, like, for example, doing the poll. So let me end this poll.
Oh yeah, where'd we go? Where? I'm curious.
Yeah. So are you going to buy the Immersed Visor? I'll wait for review first. 47% for the majority. It makes sense. No,
Makes sense.
36%, and 15% are simply going to buy it right now. Yeah, good. So yeah, dear Immersed team, I'm ready.
Send a headset.
I am ready. Not only to look through it, I'm ready to fly to Austin, Texas, to visit Tetiana as well. She's also there, right?
Yay.
So
Pick me
Almost
up
there.
along,
Not
pick
quite
me up
there,
along
but
the way.
yeah.
All three of us will go and check them out.
yeah, absolutely. So I am ready. Yeah, I'm born ready. So let's do this. Cool. Perfect show. I love today's show. If you did as well out there, give it a thumbs up right now, and even better, write us a 5-star review. If you enjoyed these 2 hours, the best thing that you can do to give back to us, get your iPhone or iPad out right now, open the podcast app that is pre-installed, find us, give us a 5-star review so that more people can find this goodness. This goodness. And also leave a comment. Leave a comment about all the things that we said. It can be controversial, your comment, or anything. It's just good for engaging and telling the YouTube algorithm, yes, you want 2 hours long videos. so do that. That would be really incredible. Yep, and that is everything. That is everything that we got for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, which starts our little cool down phase of
This
the
is
show.
my favorite part of your show. I love it. That's a good idea.
We're only doing it for this.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
the
it's
hangout
just-
after
yeah, for
party.
the hangout.
Well, it's like every podcast that I'm on, we always do this little wrap up, but you're the only one that still does it on air. It's such a smart thing because it's just the three of us going, man, that was a really good show.
Yeah.
mean, you guys made some amazing points, and I'm on like 5 different podcasts. We just never air it, and it's some of the best stuff after the show.
It's
Such a
fun.
good idea,
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And always some people are in the live are like,
Confused.
hey guys, you are still on. Don't say something wrong.
It's nice. They're all worried about your reputation, Zeb, because once it's
Yeah.
online, it's there
Yeah,
forever.
I know, but I'm the same offline as online. I'm
I can
really
attest
like
to that.
you know, right? I'm the same guy, and I know you guys too. So that's really good. Yeah, really, love it to talk with you about this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while too. Like I've been wanting to and you've been busy and I've been busy, so it's tough. But I mean, and then Tatiana's been crazy busy with a baby. But I
Right.
love when we get a chance just to hang out and talk VR. So
I'm a little bit surprised we managed to talk about it all in 2 hours.
Yeah, right, right.
I think we could
remember-
probably go
on
for another
point.
hour.
But
We
I
could.
remember times where we had way fewer topics to talk about, and we went to like 2.5 hour mark, and somehow it was okay. But we are doing great. I think it's good to be, to show that we have good time management skills.
Yeah,
when we talk
absolutely.
about
Absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely. And you know what I also really appreciate? Like we can have different opinions sometimes, right? Like for example, in the beginning, like Tetiana and me had a little bit different opinion about the Varjo Aero and the crystal. Like, yes, of course we have, right? Of course we have some different opinions sometimes, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine because we respect each other's opinions, and sometimes you just have different opinions, and then you agree to have a different opinion, you know. And I really enjoy that. It would be boring if we all had the same opinion all the time, right? So no, it's good to have some spice sometimes, and I'm
I
happy
think
that
that
I
would
can
be a very
do
that would be a
that
very
with you
boring
guys.
podcast if everyone was like, yes.
Exactly.
This
what I
this world
think.
this world needs to understand that respectful debates are amazing, and they can lead to many different things if they are done respectfully in the right way. And
Exactly.
too many
Exactly.
times when people debate, especially nowadays, they turn off their ears and they speak
Right.
with their feelings instead of their thoughts. So
Especially in the US, I had the feeling like
100%.
right, like it's more like, okay, you belong to either party A or party B. It's not
Which is
like
ridiculous.
and then you just fight. And probably you want the
Mm.
same thing, to be America, to be great, right? And it
Yeah.
is. I'm a US business owner, by the way. So
Yeah, congratulations.
yeah, right, American dream and stuff. Cool.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, anyways. Love that
Yeah.
love that show. Love you guys, and also
yeah.
love the people who are watching this. We are really all the same family, really. No matter if you love the Quest, or if you love the Pimax, or if you love whatever, right? So that therefore I really want to plea to people who hate on other headsets. No, like really, like even though Pimax has so many things that make them hateable or make it easy for haters, come on, they're still trying so hard to push our industry forward. There's so little companies who give us PCVR headsets, right? So yes, you could hate on them for so many things, but come on, don't. Right? We're just such a small family. Let's stick together. Wow.
And don't hate
I
on
should
other
become
creators
president.
either.
Yeah, really. Don't hate on other
That's
creators.
another
Yeah.
thing, right? It's still a small community, so we all pretty much know each
Right.
other, and it's a
Yeah.
time and place to be supportive
Exactly.
and loving. And
Don't hate
spread
on other
love.
exactly. I can just say exactly. Don't hate on other creators. There might also be other creators that probably I don't appreciate for the content they do, but I keep it to myself. You know, probably some people will love it and it's okay. I do my own things and that's it. But really hating and talking about other creators in a bad way on Discords or whatever, that sucks. So even on my Discord, like if somebody starts to diss another YouTuber, I stop them. I say no, don't do it. Let's keep on topic here. Let's talk about VR. And I think
Tell
that's
them
the
I
right
don't
thing to go.
appreciate things they talk about me. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's bring the subject back around to me in some way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anyways, that's it for our after session. Again, it was really amazing, the after session as well.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna go back on my motion rig. Sorry.
Yeah, okay,
I miss it
perfect.
already. I gotta go back there.
Yeah, and I'm going to go now. It is like midnight right now. I'm going to
I
go
know,
out.
right?
I'm going to go out now on one of the night markets of Taipei and have some amazing food. It's crazy that at 12 at midnight you can go out and have the best
Oh,
food.
that sounds so
I'm going to
good.
do that now. Yes.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah. Taipei.
Well,
Taiwan.
don't run away too far because I need you to come on my show soon and hang out with me and
Oh
Todd.
wow!
over on
I
QTC
will.
VR Gamer.
I will do that. I will do that absolutely. All right, that's everything that we got for today. Give it a thumbs up and see you next one. Until then, bye bye.
Bye.